What's up, family? What's up, family? Do you guys realize, or is it just me? Have you guys noticed that nobody's talking about white supremacy no more? Do you notice that? Black people have fallen for the trap. We have become distracted. We're so busy worried about the divestors. We're so busy worried about the passport bros that we have forgotten about white supremacy. And that's the strategy and that's the plan. See, they always keep you occupied with something for you can keep your eyes off of them. See, that is one of their best strategies, is to have you focus on something else and not focus on them. They're always using distractive tactics. That's what they do. They distract you. And here we is. We're so concerned about passport bros and the fact that they're going to different countries, and they're in Brazil and they're in Mexico and they're in Rio. We're so worried about that. Black women are so worried about what the brothers is doing in different countries that they have forgotten about white supremacy. Black men are so worried about the divestors and all the things that they're saying about black men and how they're hating on black men that they too have forgotten about white supremacy. And the sad part about it is the black man and the black woman has become so distracted that they have forgotten about their number one enemy. And that's white supremacy. So white supremacy is able to continue to thrive unchallenged because we have become so occupied in battling and fighting and going to war with each other that we have forgotten about the enemy that's standing in front of us. Why? Because the enemy is great at distraction. The enemy is great at divide and conquer. The enemy is great at taking your attention and putting it on something else, instead of you being focused on the enemy that's standing in front of you. So now they're able to maneuver and do all the things they want to do unchallenged because we are too worried about gender. Man versus woman, woman versus man. The silly stuff that our culture had nothing to do with, because we don't come from that system. We come from a king and queen system. I keep telling you guys, we didn't come from this gender stuff, this gender stuff, whatever you want to call it. This stuff is a European thing. It was created by the Europeans. It was developed by the Europeans. And that's where it came from. It did not come from the African diaspora. This whole woman versus man thing did not come from black people. We just adopted it because black people have become so Americanized that we are now acting and thinking like them. And we forgot about our traditions. We forgot about how we view each other. We forgot about the brother and sisterhood, having each other's back, staying down for each other. We forgot about all of that and threw it out of the window because we wanted to become American and join in this gender war that makes no sense. It's counterintuitive. You can't do nothing with it. It's worthless. It's worthless arguments, a waste of breath, and a waste of fresh air. And instead of us coming together and working together and trying to save the youth, because young black men are dying, young black women are now dying by the hands of violence, we have gotten so occupied with this gender thingy, but that we're not really paying attention to what's going on. And that the black diaspora is under attack. We're taking great casualties. Young men are dying every day. Young women are getting knocked up every day and raising kids by themselves. We have more things to be worried about. What somebody doing in Rio. We got so many things that we have to worry about. We got bigger fish to fry, black people. That we are occupied about things that really doesn't even affect us. What somebody else does in the bedroom doesn't affect you. You know what affects you? White supremacy. Policies. That what you should be worried about. You shouldn't be worried about what they're doing in Rio. Or what this person is doing over there. Or what this person is doing over there. When we supposed to be working together, it's not about, hashtag protect black women. We should know that by default. As black men should protect black women regardless. Regardless. All the other stuff, we can work that out later. Just like your family. You might fall out with your family, but if somebody try to hurt your family, you know what you're going to do? You're going to team up with them. You're going to go fight. And then you're going to come back and deal with your issues later. Right? But right now, somebody is trying to hurt one of my family members. I can't be worried about what they did to me 2 years ago. I have to help protect my family. So this is what I tell black men. When black women are under attack, you can't say, well, they didn't never have our back. Why should we have them? You can't bring that up. You can't bring that up when it's time to protect black women. You can't bring that up. That's selfish. That's ignorant. It doesn't even make no sense. Because as brothers and sisters, we are family. We can deal with whatever. Look, check this out. When black women are under attack and they're being murdered and things are happening to them, protect them. And then deal with the issues later. We can deal with our issues later. But right now, let's protect the home front. Let's protect our women. And black women do the same thing. Protect the black man from media. Don't talk bad about them in public. Don't say that they're no good in public. Because you know they already want to kill us. And the only thing they need is for you to co-sign it. By saying that we are worthless, we're no good, we don't build nothing, we don't have nothing. We're deadbeat fathers. We're no good. And then white supremacy could say, see, even the black women say they're no good. You shouldn't have no problem with us pulling them over, handcuffing them, and killing them. Because even the black women are saying that they're worthless. See how dangerous that is? It's dangerous on both ends. It's dangerous for black men not to protect black women, and it's dangerous for black women not to protect black men. That there is no if, buts about it. That's just facts. But the sad part about it is we have become so occupied with this senseless gender situation that we're distracted. We're no longer paying attention. The enemy is standing right in front of us. And now they can do and get away with whatever they want to get away with. We're not even talking about it no more. Cynthia G is not talking about white supremacy no more. I remember that was her platform was built on talking about the supremacy that we was going through. It was built on that. But look at us now. Tariq Rashid used to talk about it all the time. He barely talks about it. I noticed that a lot of these YouTubers have went from talking about our oppressors to talking about the gender war. We have traded the gender war. We have traded the war against each other for the war that's been raged against both of us. We have an enemy that is raging war against black men and black women. But we're so occupied with going to war with each other that we can't even focus on the one that is going against us. Because we all know when it comes to them, it doesn't make no difference you're a woman or a man. What matters is the color of your skin and not your gender. And just like I tell people all the time, you are black first. The first thing they see when you bend that corner, the first thing they see when you walk up, the first thing they see when you roll down your car window is the color of your skin. They can care less about your gender. Your gender means nothing. So why should it mean something to you? As black men and black women, why are we worried about gender when our enemy can care less about if we're male or female? They will take your life. You can lose your life no matter what gender you are. And here we are concerned about something that doesn't even matter to our enemy. Doesn't make sense, people. We have to desire to want to be smart and to be intelligent. We have to grow up. We have to realize that this is ignorant and this is preschool behavior. We have to understand that. Where are the grown people at? Where are the people that know better? What happened to them? Our kids are dying in the streets. Male and female now. Even females are getting gunned down now. Now you got young black females, they're packing the stick now. They got the 9mm in their purse. They're busting guns at the club. You got females that are now pulling out their guns and they're shooting other females. So we got the young black men killing each other now, and now we got the young black women that are starting to carry firearms, and now they're starting to gun each other down. But instead of us trying to save the youth, we're too busy fighting a gender war. You can't wonder why things are the way they are if you're not paying attention to what's going on and you're not participating in the answers. You can't wonder why. We're all messed up when you don't spend no time trying to change it. When you spend no effort to try to change it. You complain about it, then you move on. And then you go right back to your gender war. Do you understand the state of Black America? Do you understand the state that we are in right now? And now we have another war we have to fight. And that's black men and black women wanting to walk out of each other's lives because they have taken their eyes off the ball and they're no longer paying attention to white supremacy. And white supremacy is just moving unchecked. They get to do what they want to do because they don't have nobody to challenge them. The black woman and the black man is no longer standing strong as a unit, because that's what made civil rights as powerful as it was, because it had black women and black men that stood together as one. And that's how we was able to make progress. But if the black woman and the black man splits, it's over for us. We're done. Put a fork in us. If the black woman and the black man can't get their stuff together and throw that gender stuff out of the window, it's going to be a wrap for the black community. It's going to be a wrap for the black culture. And this was part of the plan. Their plan was to separate the black man from the black woman. They plan was to get you guys to go to war with each other for you could just self-destruct. And they don't have to worry about you no more. Because when the black man and the black woman comes together, they are a force you have to recognize. When the black man and the black woman get together, they are powerful. You are 10 times more powerful together than apart. And they know this. And this is the reason why they gave you this gender war. And this is the reason why they are loving it. And they're fueling the fire. And they're joining in for your ultimate destruction. And everybody's on the sideline eating popcorn, watching your destruction unfold. Because you forgot that you have an enemy that stands before you, and we have taken our eyes off the ball. We've taken our eyes off the ball, people. We don't even talk about the KKK no more. We don't even talk about white supremacy. We don't talk about superior people that are trying to align themselves against us. We are not even paying attention to our enemy no more. Our enemy is standing there with his guns blazing. And we're not even paying attention to our enemy anymore. You know why? Because we have become enemies with each other. The black man and the black woman has become enemies with each other. We're the new enemies. We are the new enemies. And white supremacy gets to just walk on by and fly away freely and say, what did I tell you? I told you they were messed up. I told you that the black man and the black woman are destructive. See, so now they get to talk about how bad we act, how we treat each other, how messed up we are, how divided we are, instead of talking about how united we used to be. There was no stronger union in America for the last 300 and something years. The black man and the black woman has the strongest union in the history of America. We have the strongest union, and that union is being threatened because they have sent in the agents of division, and we're falling for it. Black men and black women, you are falling for it. Don't you dare say you're not, because you are. We have taken our eyes off the ball. We have taken our eyes off the enemy that stands before us. And now white supremacy gets to walk around unchecked. And they don't even have to worry about us no more. We're not even a threat anymore. We are a threat to each other. And that is sad. That is so sad, people. That we have become our own selves enemies. It is sad that we have taken the weapons that we should be using to fight against our enemies, and we have turned the guns on each other. That's sad, people. That's sad, brothers and sisters, queens and kings. What's going on? You gonna let them divide you like that? Are you really going to sit here and let this happen? You're not smart enough to walk away from it. You're not smart enough to see the damage that's being done. Are you serious? You're telling me you don't see the damage that's being done to the black culture? You're willing to risk that because of your pride? Because of your pride, black woman, because of your pride, black man, you are willing to risk the culture and everything we have been fighting for 400 years? Because you can't get over a few bad relationships? We have all been done wrong. We have all been done wrong. You don't think I haven't been done wrong? You don't think my heart has never been broken by a black woman? But that has nothing to do with the rest of the black women in the world. If I make the mistake of dating the wrong black woman, I don't blame every black woman in the world. I don't judge a whole race of women over one incident, or even 2, 3, or 4. I wouldn't give a dang if it was 5. I'm still not going to sit up here and blame the other 23 million black women. You know why? Because I love black women unconditionally. And I give everybody a proper chance. Because I see black women as individuals, not as a group. As individuals. And black women should do the same. You should see all black men as individuals, not as a group. You can't run into a couple of bad black men and then blame the other 25 or 22 million black men. That's impossible. How can you base that? Where's you getting that from? So what? You had 2, 3 bad relationships. Your baby daddy wasn't worth a ding dong. Has nothing to do with the black man down the street. Has nothing to do with the black man at the grocery store. Has nothing to do with the black people that live next door to you. It has nothing to do with no black man on the planet. You know why? Because those black men didn't have no baby by you. So are you going to blame me for what every black man done? I ain't never slept with you. We don't have kids together. I ain't never put my hands on you. But you're going to blame me? No, that is nothing but the trick of the enemy to have us out here bickering and fighting and not using our common sense. We're not using our common sense. Common sense tell you cannot blame every black woman and black man in the world for what they done to you. That's common sense. What's going on? Common sense is no longer common. You don't have common sense? So you telling me you don't even have common sense no more? Because that's common sense. Common sense will tell anybody that you can't blame every black man and every black woman in the world for what happened to you. The black man can't blame every black woman in the world, and the black woman can't blame every black man in the world. That is common sense. So you telling me you don't have common sense no more? Only thing I can say is to my brothers and sisters and my kings and queens, I hope you smart enough to snap out of it. And if you don't snap out of it soon, we're going to be in deep trouble. Like, subscribe. And as always, one love.